Hey guys, I'm Jet from InThirdPerson.com, a website about video games, board games, comic books, and other nerdy pursuits. And today I wanted to show you guys how to train for frame trapping in Street Fighter V. So if you're not familiar with the term frame trapping, it is the concept of... Let me turn the volume down in my headphones a little bit. So let me give you a scenario here. I'm fighting Karen, and you've probably seen this a bunch, where your opponent, you're trying to attack them, they block the first attack, and then they just, they either jab you or they throw you as soon as possible so that they constantly hit you out of whatever sequence you're trying to do. There's a trick to getting around that, and it's called a frame trap. And the concept of that is that you are going to input a series of buttons that, if they try and press a button in the middle, your second attack will hit before the first one, or before their first one. So let me give you an example here. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. So like that. See, she's trying to throw, or she's trying to attack me, and the other button's coming out first, if I do it properly. And notice how, when I pull it off, it says counter on my side. So, when I time it just right, that jab or that throw is not going to come out. It's going to be the kick instead. And where that becomes more potent is if I combo into that. So let's say... Oh. There. She tried to jab after the first one, and I was able to get in a full sequence. Oh, I should turn off stun while we're here. So how do you go about figuring out these frame traps? Let me turn stun off. Because in the old games, you couldn't actually practice this by yourself. This is something you needed a second player to do, because the dummy did not respond to guard recovery. Well, in Street Fighter V, there's a new feature called Guard Recovery Action, and I'll show you how to set that up here so you can start figuring out the tech for yourself. So let's go here. In the training mode, under Dummy Settings, you will want to look for Record Guard Recovery Actions. I've already got 2 slots set up. Let's go and we'll re-record number 1. Interval setting is the amount of time that happens before the computer starts recording. I just leave it at 1. So I want, for my first one, I want Karen to just jab as soon as she's blocked. Or as soon as she recovers. Boom. So I just recorded her jab. Now, when I go to set guard recovery actions, I can, let's turn that off. And this should by default be off. I'm going to turn it on. Now, for guard, I want to set it so that she blocks all my attacks. So now it's set up that every time I attack her, she's going to throw out the jab. And so what you're going to do from here is you are going to try and find a series of buttons, 2 buttons, where the second one is going to hit before her first one will hit you. And so it's... Unless you have the frame data guide with you, this is not a... It is a very mathy process, but it's not one you probably aren't going through spreadsheets and trying to find the mathematical combinations that would work. The easiest way to do it is to sit here and hit 2 buttons and see which ones work and which ones don't. So, and also you have to figure out the timing and the spacing as well. So, in close, this one doesn't work, so I'm going light punch to medium punch. But if I'm a little farther out, that works. Ah. So maybe that one's not the most reliable, or that, or my timing's off. But this one I can do consistently. So light punch into light kick. And so she's trying to punch, and if I time it right, it's going to hit every single time. And so off of that, now I know that if she tries to jab out, I can go like that. Now I got a full combo. Here's another thing I believe works. Oh. Boom. Light punch, tick throw into the light version of the helicopter throw. That one also works as well. So that was just light punch into her kick command grab. That one's a little riskier because if you miss the grab, then you're screwed. But this is a lot safer where if she just blocks, then I just push her away. So let's mix this up one more time. And let's record a throw. So record guard, let's use the second slot, and this time we will throw. Okay, so we back out of here, and we go to set guard recovery actions, and we turn the second one on. Let's turn the first one off. It's nice if you have multiples on. Let's go back to the screen. Multiples on, it'll randomize between the actions. So for the purposes of this, let's just go with the throw action. So now, she's going to throw every single time, and we can try and figure out ways of breaking that throw. That works, and so now we know we can do that, or, oh, yeah, or that as well. I think that was because I was farther away. Yeah. No, does that work at point blank? Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too. So that is how you train for frame traps in Street Fighter V. If you are interested in learning more about how the math behind frame trapping works, there are lots of resources on YouTube. If you just type in frame trap, you'll find a lot of stuff from people far smarter than I that can explain that concept a lot better. But the trick is, if people are trying to jab you or throw you out of everything, you need to find a sequence of buttons that'll break their attack before they can successfully hit you. And that is called a frame trap. And I just showed you how to train for that using the new training mode guard recovery action function in Street Fighter V. So hopefully that is a help to you, and if you have any other tips or info you'd like to share with everyone else, please feel free to leave a comment on the video. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com.